After much hair and makeup, we're counting down 2, 1. Oh, there's those sweet sounds. Where are they coming from? My goodness. We are miles and miles above BEARS Stadium on this here broadcast. Coming from Somerset Academy Collegiate, we call ourselves the Slam Antonio Radio Network, coming at you like a spider monkey on Sirius XM 145, giving you a little slice of Texas. Right here from our own campus, we are so grateful for you joining us. We've got a crew today of all senior broadcasters. This is no longer a broadcast, folks. It is a broadcast. We've got the most amount of broadcasters ever on Slam Radio, Slam Antonio. We've got a total of 4 today, and I want to introduce our illustrious panel. We've got over on the far end our first-timer, Amadeo Riojas, the movie star himself. We're going to go ahead and give him some approval there.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show, Amadeo. And over to my left side, another first-timer. We've got Harrison Good man.
There we go.
Welcome, Harrison.
What?
Oh, boy. It's already begun.
Wrong button.
I got 2 right-hand men today. To my closest right, to your left if you're watching, we've got Yankee Garza. Welcome.
Hello, guys.
Gosh, these sound effects have already gotten out of control. Yankee with the broadcaster voice himself. And my true right-hand man over here, the most experienced broadcaster on campus, Nathan De La Rosa. Welcome, my friends. Now, you guys are all seniors, and I want to kind of crack into our subject today, which I find to be absolutely pertinent and fascinating. We are going, as you can see if you're watching, we're going with BEARStalgia, which is a very fancy, upbeat name for nostalgia blast from Bear Past. Why? Because we're dealing today with the testimony of 4 of our leading seniors on campus. Guys, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I think I'm going to call on Yankee to get started. Yankee. Oh. Yankee, you know, we're all research-driven. We get to choose the topics that are important to us.
Absolutely.
And then we research them and we teamwork this thing until we end up right here with you on Slam Radio. Yankee, can you break it down for us? Why did you choose nostalgia, and what was the impetus for your passion on this subject? Break it down.
Well, as a senior, there's multiple things that I really like to think about. Like, for example, my childhood. You know, there's memories where I would love to go back. I mean, who doesn't like going back to, back in time and experiencing like old things that you used to want to do, and now you're just, grown out of it. I mean, for me, on a random day, to be honest, I did go through that, actually. I mean, I was playing this game, and it was on Roblox. I did end up playing this football game. I don't know if y'all remember. I think it was called. What's it called?
Like Frogger?
Yeah. Frogger? I don't think.
Isn't that a game?
Frogger.
Game. Never mind.
Like
football fantasy.
Oh, fantasy? Or no, not
NBA
fantasy
Jams.
football. Yeah, I know what game you're talking about, though.
I don't know.
So you were playing a game. Tell us more.
So on this game, so basically it's not on Roblox anymore, but I was just like thinking about it.
Football Fusion?
Football Fusion.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we know that one.
I don't know if y'all remember that, but Football Fusion was an amazing game. I mean, I was
And you're one of our star football players here
Absolutely.
at Somerset.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good to have you.
Yes, sir.
So
Thank you
tell us
much.
what you felt, Yankee, when nostalgia kind of creeped up and tapped you on the shoulder and you said, let me look back. How did that make you feel?
It made me feel like as if I wanted to go back in time and experience the whole thing again. I mean, it was more than just a feeling. It was more of an emotion of wanting that moment back into my life. Yes, sir.
Amadeo, have you ever had an experience with nostalgia? Now, obviously, you guys all agreed to research this topic, that it was pertinent and cool for you guys.
Right.
Being seniors, everybody's telling you all the time, well, you better make some memories because you'll never be a senior again.
Right.
What are some instances where you've experienced nostalgia, and how did it make you feel?
Well, actually, recently, I was getting some stuff from HEB. This is a while ago. So, as a kid, me and my dad used to always go to this one HEB, and I don't know what HEB it's at, but It's like off of Desavala, maybe, I don't know, but
And for those of you that don't know, sorry, Amadeo,
you're
HEB here in Texas is a big grocery store,
Yes,
right?
sir.
It's one of the biggest grocery stores around.
right,
You
right.
could say it's the best.
Okay, well,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we'll accept our endorsement.
Anyway, we were at HEB, right? And there's this little path me and my dad used to take. It's like a little garden area. And me and my dad used to always go through there right before we got groceries. And we would always walk through. And recently, I just happened to be in the area and I walked through it and it just wasn't the same. And it was like the feeling wasn't there anymore. It's insane.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
the thrill is gone.
The thrill was gone, basically.
Oh
Yeah.
no. So when you hearkened unto the past, you thought to yourself, well, that was a much more magical time, perhaps?
I think so. There was like, I feel like the past had more colors. I remember it being more green. There used to be like a bubble machine. The trees were more like full. Like it was an experience. You had to be there.
Yeah. And presumably we're all going to miss being here together, and I'm not taking this for granted. You guys are seniors, and I'm so happy to get to share this time with you. In my first year here at Somerset, I'm going to miss you.
I'm going to miss you too.
I'm going to miss you guys. Harrison, break it down for us. What do you think about this old nostalgia theme we got going?
Well, the other day, I had a moment.
Did you have a moment?
Yeah.
Little momie?
I did. A little moment.
By the way, I love the one ear technique you've
Oh,
got going on
you-
with your
you want me
phones.
to-
That is so pro.
It is. So
I
can hear
keep the
everyone.
pro vibes. I like it.
And it was during the weekend, and it was one of those days, nice weather. It was cool outside. And I was like, wow, this reminds me of back then. So I went on my computer, watched some YouTube, popular MMOs, if you know them.
What's an MMO? Is that MMA?
No, it's...
No, different.
I don't know. It's MMO.
Mixed martial
I
arts?
think that's just his name.
No, it means something.
Really?
MMO.
MMOs mean something.
MMO.
Well, we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah. And they're Minecraft YouTubers. I watched some Lucky Block battle.
So this occurred while you were watching some videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
And how did that make you feel?
It's just back when I was a kid, when I didn't have to worry about as much things. I have to worry about, going to college, what I'm going to do next, worrying about life. But back then, I didn't have to worry about any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it sounds to me like if we're going to cut a chase here, perhaps, and I want to get to connotations about the word nostalgia itself. But guys, I'm just proposing this as a question for the catalyst for our conversation. Is nostalgia, at least as we've been describing it so far, a little bit of maybe a fear of losing our innocence? Simpler times when we had less to worry about. And we go back to those times and we think, wow, I was experiencing things just so much more freely. And as Amadeo said, I think just magically.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Interesting. And we also had a prom happen this week, and I digress here with a little bit of a rabbit trail. But we did a piece on prom, and it's going to be on tomorrow's episode. How was prom, and do you feel like that might be something for y'all in the years to come that you might feel nostalgic about?
Well, I feel like that's 100% going to be nostalgic.
Yeah.
Right before I went to the dance, my parents were showing me pictures of them whenever they went to prom.
Oh.
I know, and my dad had like this pose that he made me recreate just so that they could have a picture of me recreating it or something
Oh
like that. I
my
don't
gosh,
know.
like a double nostalgic
Yeah,
loop.
Exactly. I'm gonna have my son do that, but anyway, that's beside the point.
Oh my gosh.
So actually, I think that I was actually thinking about that. I feel like at prom there was like a certain aesthetic, like the lights, the balloons, like everything. There's a certain aspect to it that's gonna make it nostalgic in a certain way. Like there's a certain, like, for me, nostalgic is a color, it's a sense, it's like the aesthetic, it's like a smell. I think all of that is going to be nostalgic. Like that whole night was just nostalgic to me.
Nathan, is prom in general kind of an exercise in nostalgia, perhaps? I mean, we call it creating memories. Where's the line there? Does there need to be a line, or is it just one and the same?
I think prom, for most people, I feel like that is like a set piece. Like oh yeah, I went out with my friends and we all did stuff before. Like during prom, we all went crazy and and it was just like people just have a good time. But I feel like those moments wouldn't be anything without other people, or like how Amadeo said, the feeling. It wouldn't be the same if you didn't the
experience.
Like if you didn't
Right.
like put two of those together, like it would not be the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Okay.
like relating the like the smell, the atmosphere,
Yeah.
the lighting, like all of that with prom is just, that's what makes nostalgia, and that's what makes the remembering those times like so like worth it, and
Exactly.
like remembering so like almost sad, you know,
Mm.
because it's like you're not gonna be able to. Yeah, you're not gonna be able.
But
to.
I promise you will. But did anybody get sad at by the way, did all of you go to prom?
I did.
I went to prom.
I did.
I think
1, 2.
Yeah, just Yankee
Did not.
Oh.
I did not. So that's 2 of us.
Oh, okay, well.
Nathan did, right?
You should have come.
Did you? Well, thank you for the invite. Did anybody get sad? Were there any tears, tissues, anything like that you saw?
I was sad I spent so much money on tickets.
Me as well.
That's the only reason.
That's the only reason.
Yeah, it was a lot of money.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what his checkbook said.
Yeah,
Oops.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really sad about it because I was in the moment. There was nothing to be sad about, but maybe later I'll get sad about it. 10, 15
I
years.
feel like the days, our senior skip day, which was
Oh.
Monday. Our
Whoa.
senior skip day, which
Ooh.
was Monday.
Right.
I feel like that would be more nostalgic
Then-
for us.
right.
Because I spent it with Amadeo and a couple other,
Yeah,
with
we spent it
Phoebe
together.
and Myra and Kalith, and we went to the lake. We went to Canyon Lake, and we just had a
cool.
good time over there.
Very cool.
And I feel like that would be more nostalgic, you know, feel like, when I hear song, like when I hear like a certain song, I relate it to a certain area, but like I feel like when I feel like the sun now, I'm gonna be like, oh dude, that feels like, our Canyon Lake senior skip day.
Right.
Guys, let's go into a little bit of a different avenue here for the sake of our listeners, for the sake of an interesting conversation. We've got to go into some pros and cons, right? Not necessarily pros and cons, but just both sides of looking at something. Does nostalgia potentially have any negative connotations? So far, we've kind of likened it unto magical times, times of more innocence, things where we look back on and we go, wow, I missed that. I'm just curious from your guys' research. Yankee, it's been a while since you chimed in. Is there any way, shape, or form that nostalgia could have a negative connotation to it, or is that just not a part of the word nostalgia in its essence?
For me, nostalgia in a negative way is possibly far from what I think, but for me, nostalgia is more of a happy memory that you wish that you would have went back and either changed something or, done something different in order to experience it in any different way. But yeah, to me, nostalgia makes me happy, sometimes sad, depending on what the memory is. But yeah.
Oh, I see. That's deep, guys. Amadeo, what do you think about that? Like, it's kind of a double-edged sword from what Yankee just broke down. It's like, it makes me happy because the memory itself was awesome,
Right.
but it makes me sad somehow that I'm not there. Or in your case, like you said, I went through the same geographical location at the old HEB,
Right.
at the HEB, and it just didn't feel the same. Is it possible that it's kind of both at the same time, and that's why it's called nostalgia other than just a memory?
Well, for me, it made me appreciate the moment itself. It made me appreciate that my dad did take me into the garden, and it made me appreciate, like, yeah, one day maybe I'm going to do this. I'm going to create nostalgia for somebody else one
Oh, wow.
day. I know. Like, nostalgia is a really specific timing, and you can't pass it up. And it's really special to everybody has nostalgia. Everybody has their own specific moments, and it's a gift that you can give to somebody. Like me and Nathan,
Interesting.
I
Yes,
can
for me.
100% guarantee that I will have nostalgia from yesterday at the Canyon Lake.
Yeah.
And it was just a vibe. You should have been there.
Well, you should have invited me. I live close.
Yeah,
But
right.
anyways, that's
Yeah.
for another time. Harrison, what do you think? What are some of the things as a senior being here? Now, you've been at this school for a long time,
Yeah.
correct?
Correct.
Since like day one.
Almost day one.
Almost day
Almost
one.
day one.
And I think most of you have been here for a long time. Harrison, out of your esteemed career here at Somerset Academy Collegiate, what are just a few things off the top of your head where you think, you know what, I'm nostalgic about that? You guys are fixing to graduate. Did you get that? I said fixing.
I did.
Told you we'd give you a little taste of Texas. You guys are fixing to graduate here in less than 1 month. That's where we're at in our timeline. And I could not be more honored and pleased that we are sharing this time on Slam Radio with not only each other, but with our listeners as well. Harrison, what are a couple of things where you're like, man, when I graduate, I'm going to look back and really appreciate my magical times at Somerset Academy?
I would definitely say football.
Oh
When I
yeah.
played football,
Oh yeah.
and that's gonna stay with me forever, and I'll look back at that and have a.
And you were part of the first 2 years of 11-man football here on campus. Like you are one of the founding fathers.
Oh yes, you could say that. Me
As
and Yankee
well,
both.
Yankee is. We are some of the founding fathers of Slam Radio on this campus. How cool is that? I'm getting nostalgic now.
Nostalgic.
I'm getting pre-nostalgic. I have a pre-nostalgic condition right now. So, guys, I want to talk about this. Science apparently is bringing up this fact right now. I should say this theory that they're able to sort of seemingly prove that memories are somewhat unreliable. So the old adage that they're talking about is that it's a little bit like playing that game at a party where somebody mentions something to the person next to them. By the time it goes around the room, it comes back differently. So what I mean to say is, everything cool?
Yes, sir.
Everything's
Are you taking my pen? Did I stab you?
There's a huge centipede on the floor over there.
Oh, I'm like, what word was that? So we have a guest.
We do.
Gosh, I'm blushing over here. We have a guest. We have a centipede on the floor. Well, we are equal opportunity here, so we'll get that centipede a microphone. But what do you guys think about the concept that when we remember something, we're actually not remembering the actual event, we're remembering the last time we remembered it?
Well,
That's deep.
I
That
kinda
is deep,
understand,
right? We're getting
yeah.
deep here, folks.
I
That's why the
understand.
centipede come out. He's like, yeah, I got to hear this.
He had nostalgia too, so that's why he came.
Aw. Little
He used to
centipede.
be a broadcaster. What do you think about that, Amadeo? That when we remember something, what science is starting to suggest is that we're actually building a layer of the last time we remembered that thing. So it can also take on like distortions over time. We can over romanticize things.
Well, I think I kind of understand what you're saying, but not really. I think whenever you remember something, it waters it down. It's like having a
Yes.
soda and you're putting too much ice in it and you're just watering it down. So maybe if you have a good memory and you think of it too much, then whenever you like say go back to the same area or place, it's not going to be as colorful as the same like time you remembered it. You think so?
Yeah, that's another way of putting it. I like that. Harrison, what do you think about that concept?
I don't want to call anyone out, but
can call
I
me
think
out
the
if you want.
scientists are wrong.
Oh, I like this.
Wow.
I love it.
You know, I don't think I've hit that spot where my memories have been watered down.
Interesting. I love it. Young minds,
Yep. I'm like an
fresh
elephant.
memory.
Elephant.
Okay, so Harrison just says you can take that to the centipedes.
yeah.
Yankee, what do you think about that? As the more we remember something, that it kind of can take on different, as Amadeo said, it can kind of potentially get a little too much ice in it.
Right.
I want to say for myself, I don't really think that it will have any like effect towards me because like, I mean, who doesn't want to go through like times where you used to like want to either, you know, like say you when you were younger, like let's say you used to be like some little superhero and like, you know, we all
Like
had
you.
we all had that moment.
Like you,
Yes,
man.
absolutely. Let's say we all wanted to be a superhero. I would genuinely
Well,
like,
centipede's got 100 arms and legs, right?
Yes,
I'd
absolutely.
call that a superhero.
Yes, sir. For me, it wouldn't have any negative effect because to me that was more of a happy place for me. And if I ever like do think about the times that I had the most fun, it'll just bring me joy, man. It wouldn't like do any make me sad in a negative way
I like
or
that.
even change anything to even want to like be having the feeling of growing up.
And maybe that's why some of our so-called bad memories get watered down also, so that we're not remembering such trauma all the time. Nathan, I miss you, man. I miss you. Will you break down some thoughts for us? Amadeo said something really profound earlier. Amadeo said something like, is it better to be, I mean, I don't want to paraphrase you, but what did you say? Is it better to be nostalgic or...
Oh, is it better to live in the present and be nostalgic about the past, or is it better to live in the past and something
Be
like
unavailable
that?
to the
it was
present?
something- Yeah, be unavailable. It was something like
okay,
that.
buddy.
Break that down for us, Nathan. What does this all say about us being present? Can you be nostalgic and be truly present at the same time?
I feel like if you're trying to recreate the past in the present, it will never be the same.
we're getting a vast amount of different perspectives on
I
this.
agree.
Like trying to recreate something that's already happened it's not gonna have the same like I don't know like feeling experience. Like I'm just gonna bring this up because it's a personal example.
Let's go for it.
Fortnite OG.
Oh, the good old days.
So Fortnite came out. Fortnite came out in 2017, right?
Okay.
And it was really, really popular until like 2019, and then the game started to die. So the creators of the game were like, "Well, let's bring back our old ways and like, kind of like say we're gonna bring back the old game." So they did, and people like enjoyed it, but it was like, this isn't the same.
Gotcha.
This isn't the same. Like,
Right.
I think the main thing that people were missing was like, it didn't feel the same way. It wasn't. People weren't like. People were older. People saw things differently. People just grew like and changed. And I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. But it wasn't the same as when I first played the game, or like when someone else first played the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like trying to bring back something that's already been is kind of impossible to recreate that. I don't like.
Yeah,
touch,
like the original.
The original.
The OG.
Right.
And we see this all the time in advertising, guys. We see that based on the demographic that there's, and you should know, Amadeo, you guys are in, I think both of you guys are in marketing and advertising. So
Right.
I think one of the things they use, and I want to get to our list on our illustrious whiteboard here, one of the things that we see all the time within advertising is bringing back like music from a certain period that appeals to a certain age group, and they put that in the ad, and they want to raise some nostalgia so that you feel like buying your way back to that magic time in your life. What are some other ways, Amadeo, what are some other ways that we see nostalgia manifesting?
Well, you just said music right now. I was going to talk about that. I'm not going to lie. But
Sorry about that.
No,
Well,
no,
tell me
you're
from your perspective. I just said with advertising.
Well, have y'all ever, I don't want to talk about too much like video games because Nathan just said Fortnite, but have y'all ever played Lego Batman before? Lego Batman 2.
Of course, I've played
Yeah.
Lego Batman.
Love Lego Batman.
Yeah, Lego Batman 2. That was that. Again, with the colors, like I said with Prom Night, the colors, the aesthetic in general, that's the only...
the simplicity.
The simplicity, right? They weren't like, nowadays they're like they're overdoing it. Back then there was like, they didn't talk, they didn't like have any like audio. It was like, you were in the moment at the time. You didn't have anything else to focus about. Like, it was more centered instead of like new games now. It's like, or just in general life, as you grow up, it gets like spontaneous. You can't focus on anything.
If you try to replay it today, it won't.
It won't be the same.
It
I
won't
actually,
be the same.
I have replayed it actually recently, and it's not the same. You
Yeah.
can't recreate
It's
it.
not the same. Yeah.
It's honestly not. But
Harrison, what about you? What are some mediums and some different ways where you feel like nostalgia kind of manifests itself?
I feel like weather.
Whoa.
Definitely weather.
Okay.
Back then, weather was always perfect. Always perfect. I just thought that weather always used to be perfect.
Yeah.
Now it's going to rain outside and it's going to be really bad. Oh, it's really hot and sunny.
Interesting. Okay,
too
so
cold,
weather.
too
What
hot.
about you, Yankee? What are some other ones? We talked about video games, music, weather.
Well, I want to go back to mainly what Nathan said about Fortnite. I mean, I feel like that. Okay, I feel like that is an amazing example as to why we like it hit us that times do change. I mean, yeah, I've been playing Fortnite ever since like I used to play on an iPad. I'm gonna be honest. I used to play with 6 fingers. It was called claw at the moment.
6 fingers.
It was called
Let
claw.
me check your hand. How many?
But yes, absolutely. So back then it used to be so much better. It was better colors, better contrast as to what the colors look like, the
Interesting.
movement, and
Wow.
for me, playing it till this day, it made me realize that it's not the same. It really isn't. Like, it made me realize that times do change, and it's not going to be the same thing that you had, 5 years ago or 6 years ago or ever since you started playing it. I mean, for me, it's more of a moment that I do miss where where I like playing with my friends. You know, some of my friends don't even play the game anymore. And, you know, I used to have my own squad. I used to have my own, like, laughs with them. It was the best thing ever. And another thing I want to talk about is clothing. I mean, clothing, I want to say Hollister. Hollister is my favorite place to shop. So there's this thing called vintage clothing, which is clothing that was made like 20 years ago and like older. I do like shopping for vintage clothing. There's this app called Depop. The clothing there is much more older than, I wouldn't say 50 years old. The clothing was very amazing.
So the clothing makes you nostalgic.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Nathan, what do you want to say about this? I just wanted to bail you out there. What do you want to say about this? I mean, we're getting kind of around, I think, to a point about you guys moving forward with your lives.
Yep.
Graduating, and congratulations to each and every one of you for reaching this incredible achievement.
Thank you
It's
much.
not
Thank
a joke.
you.
It's huge, guys, and I'm so excited for you to move forward. What do you guys think? Nathan, how can you kind of wrap us up right now in terms of what it's like to be present and appreciate the past, but to be empowered to move forward? Any words of wisdom on this?
I feel like just enjoy the moments, just enjoy everything in the moment, and don't take anything for granted. And it's okay to look back at it because, you know, it's a good memory, but like, don't be so caught up in it that you're not in the present. So
Yeah, don't miss it.
I like
don't stay in the past for so long. Be in the moment. I feel like that is a main key point.
Yeah. We got a preacher over here, folks. That was nice. That was nice. And we'll begin to wrap this up. Does anybody have any final words, anything that you didn't get out that you wanted to get out? Or what do you think? Harrison's got one?
I have a little quote.
A burning... Oh, we got a
I have a
quote.
little quote. I don't know if it's a quote, but I just thought
If
of
you
this in
do
my head.
air quotes, it's a quote.
Okay, so cars have rear view mirrors, so you can look in the past, but they're small because you're supposed to focus on the future or what's in front of you.
The
Like that?
windshield.
You like that? You like that?
That's amazing right there. We're gonna go amazing on that. Well, yeah, and this crowd is loud up in here. You guys just we need security. They say the windshield is much bigger than the rear view mirror.
Yes,
So
definitely.
it's a good thing to have your memories, but to keep perspective on looking at what's right in front of you.
Yeah.
Don't want to get in a wreck. All right, should we go out on that, guys?
I think we should.
Let's play some sweet, sultry jams, courtesy of yours truly. I am your faculty facilitator. They call me first name Coach, second name Ryan. And today we had the distinct privilege of being joined by our broadcasters. On the far left, we've got Amadeo Riojas, followed by Harrison Goodman. As ever, we've got Yankee Garza and my right-hand man over here, Mr. Nathan De La Rosa. We are the Slam Antonio Radio Network. We are coming at you like a spider monkey from a little tiny state called Texas. We are in Skybox Stadium. Thank you so much for listening on Sirius XM 145. We are with you every Wednesday at 3 p.m., Thursdays at 5:30 a.m., Sundays at noon. Thank you, guys.
Later.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Dude, we really got to get that millipede or centipede.